What's up, yo? What's up, Ant?
What's up?
Dude, man, it's just getting. It's just getting old, man. I feel like I'm getting so negative every time we come on because we're saying the same thing over and 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 over again. Here's one thing I'll say. Here's one thing that gets lost in translation because everyone that thinks that because we criticize Canales that we're big Bryce truthers. That's not the case. I think Bryce is fine. I think that Bryce has potential to be good. I think Bryce has potential to be more than good. But that doesn't mean that I'm a Bryce versus Canales person. I didn't think Jared Goff was very good. And then McVay came, and Jared Goff was good. And then he got traded. And Jared Goff went to a bad organization that got a good coach. And now Jared Goff is more than good. I think that could be Bryce Young's career. Sam Darnold was bad with bad organizations, and then he became good. Baker Mayfield was bad with bad organizations, and then he became more than good. So I'm not trying to say that it's Bryce versus Canales. I'm just saying that it starts with the head coach. And I just want to start with this because it seems like everyone just does exactly what they do for LeBron Jordan debates. It says Bryce versus Canales debate. No, the coach is the most important part of the team, and the coach is bad, then the team is bad. Coaches can do well with bad quarterback play. Brian Daboll couldn't do anything with Daniel Jones. Steichen can. That's what I'm saying. Pete Carroll can do well with Geno Smith. It ain't about quarterback versus coach. It's about we got to hit on coach first because coach can do well with a below average or average quarterback. That all said, let's talk about just give me your because we kind of jumped in on this. We needed a pod. Just give me like a 90-second Ants rant. That's kind of a cool thing. Ant rant. Not bitching, but like overall, like how you see this Panthers team and the only way you see this Panthers team getting better.
Yeah, so obviously we'll dive into more, but in a short perspective of how I feel, essentially this team is not well coached. The players reflect it. I feel like we've come on here. This is week? We didn't pod last week. This is week 3 now. We've come on here for 3 pods, and we've said pretty much the same thing from the beginning, is that our coach is in over his head, and this remains true all the way down to the defensive coordinator, to the offensive line, to the quarterback, to the wide receivers. It's downhill, and you're putting me in a tough spot here because I don't think we can get better this year. I don't know what necessarily change off the top of my head is going to necessarily propel this team to make them motivated to start playing other than firing the coach. I don't know if that was 90 seconds, but that's kind of the gist of how I feel. It's kind of the gist of how I feel. I'll say real quick, I'm with you on the head coach and quarterback. We'll get into more of it. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel. We're just unprepared, over our heads, deer in headlights, whatever analogy you want to use.
Yeah. So here's I'm just trying to think how we can talk about something different than what we normally talk about. So here's one thing. I literally laid out what our advantages and our disadvantages were coming into the season as far as schedule. And I said weeks 1, 2, and 4 were disadvantages. I said week 3 was neither an advantage or a disadvantage. Well, we lost 1, 2, and 4, and we won week 3. I have 5, 6, and 7 as advantageous matchups, mostly because they're at home, right? And they're against not great teams. So there's a way we go 4-3 and everybody's happy go lucky and blah, 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 whatever. So let's just go from like how this team is built, right? And we don't have to say why. We've already said why we think that the team is built the way it is, because we have no vets in this team. We think it's because vets see through, but Canales is bullshit. Whatever. We have a young team. Young teams don't do well on the road. Young teams don't do well when they get down early. They're not a big comeback team. They're not mentally tough. Yada, 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 yada. We also, like we do every year, and I don't know why this team is this way, we hit the injury bug again. Every year we hit this injury bug. We have Excel out. We have David Moore hurt. We have JT Sanders hurt. We have 3 offensive linemen hurt. Like, Wharton can't get on the field to stay on the field. I don't need to go through everybody, but we hit the injury bug again. And I wish this team could stay healthy, but this team is deep enough to get over that. Here's the problem that we haven't seen yet. We had a good special teams. We were great on special teams. We had a good pass defense, and they all laid down this week. All of them. Everybody laid down. Nobody showed up to play today. Explain to me how that's not coaching. Like, give me any excuse. We're 8th in EPA against the pass. We're the 3rd best special teams unit in the league. Whatever it is. How do we go from that to today, where we basically gave up 14 points on special teams, and J.C. Horn just got burned by Demario Douglas? Like, how does that happen? If give me a reason that doesn't include coaching. Can anybody?
Well, no, it is coaching, and I'm not going to give you a reason. I'll just give you a picture. Last week in the locker room, Canales looked a lot like the Raiders win from last year, right? He gets in the locker room, he runs around like he was the one and the reason we won the team. Like, he just egotistical. And there's a screenshot of our quarterback sitting there like this, with a frown on his face. Guys, they don't believe in their head coach. It's all coaching. That's a simple aspect of what we've been saying, is like, it starts at the top, right? I think that's just where this organization needs to look themselves in the mirror. Derek Brown and tons of players today came out and said, we need to be a more player-led driven team. Well, why would a player, a captain, a guy who's gotten an extension here say that? It clearly means that they have no confidence in the guy who's in the head coach position role. And this is not a cop-out answer, guys. Last year, we won 5 games, and we should have, at the very least, won 7 games. We are 6-15 into the Canales era now, and there have been only 2 games where we won by double-digit scores. Every other game has been a blowout or a comeback or game-winning drive by Bryce Young. So you're going to sit here and tell me that out of the 6 wins he has, 4 of them are because of Bryce Young. That means he could be a 2-19 head coach right now. A coach that averages 18 points, the largest margin from Julian Council posted this today. He has a 6-15 record, and in the 15 losses, we average a margin of defeat by 18.2 points. In all the head coaches of the history of this team, Don Capers was at 11, Seifert was at 11, John Fox 13, Ron 11, Matt Rule 11, Frank Reich only at 12, a guy that didn't even last 12 games here. Are we really about to sit here and question the quarterback? Oh yeah, let's draft a new quarterback. Are we really about to sit here and question these players? No, we have talented players. Guys, we spent tons of money on offense, on defense, draft picks that look like they're going to pan out. Dan Morgan is serving up. He's cooking in the kitchen, but the waiters keep fumbling it, man. They just do not know how to serve the food. And the waiter is in this scenario is Dave Canales. And last thing, you brought it up earlier. The only thing that could spark anything from this season is if we had a Steve Wilkes type resurgence where a guy under the staff takes a hold of this leadership and actually gets these players bought in. This to me feels a lot like the Matt Rule season in 2022. You got your win against a division opponent earlier in the year, but we got smacked today. And in today's NFL, it is very hard to get blown out. I mean, I'm watching the Saints in a dogfight with the Buffalo Bills, a team that's regarded as, a team that constantly gets to the playoffs every year. Like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, the answers are right in front of our eyes.
I got on with you earlier, and I went through like every single pass play. Pass short, pass short, pass short, pass short, pass short, pass short, pass short. The dude threw the ball downfield twice. It was 2 incompletions, but he threw it twice. What do you think? How easy is it to game plan against our team when they know that it's pass short, pass short, pass short, pass short, 3rd down and 10, draw play, and then they won't expect it this time. We're going to rely on our defense, because that's what we've been able to rely on, which Canales has no control over, has no idea how good they would be. Let's do this. Let's go on a different journey, right? Because I don't want to just keep beating a dead horse, right? I'll just go ahead and get everything out of the way. Bryce was 18 for 30, had 12 incompletions, had 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, and had 150 yards. And they lost 42-13, and the last touchdown was on a BS drive by Andy Dalton. But even still, it's 29 points, right? Dude missed 12 throws. He missed 12 throws. Say 5 of those were touchdowns. We what? What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? He's 18 for 30, has an 85 passer rating. It's just just get all of that out of the way. Just get all of that out of the way. Let's say if the way this is looks like calls happen, right? I'm going to rely on my defense. Why would the head coach rely on his defense? That in a blowout, right? Why would the head coach basically sabotage the quarterback? Why would this all happen? In my opinion, if he says, well, special teams coach is he's got to go. The defensive coordinator, man, look at what he's done. He's got to go. Look at Bryce Young. Oh, he's got to go. the play calling, because I can't think of any other reason why it would be this egregiously bad, where every single fan, especially Canales truthers, are like, what the F is going on? Like, can you think of another reason where he's like, hey, I'm just gonna just be very, 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 very. I'm gonna give up at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Like, why would you do that?
You gave up right when you started calling 3rd down and 10 draw plays, dude.
But it's very interesting. He gave up as soon as he saw a special teams touchdown. As soon as he saw Evero f up. As soon as he said, "Hey, we're gonna rely on the defense for field position. Hey, we're not gonna throw the ball deep for Bryce Young. We're gonna just keep on throwing short, throwing short, throwing short, throwing short." It almost looks like he's searching for scapegoats. I mean, that's what it feels like to me.
No, I was gonna bring this up too.
Yeah, can you, if you want to elaborate, like from your point of view, what you see?
Though that's what it's weird. We talk about this. I'll bring up what he said in the presser in a second, but he is clearly a coach where this is the other aspect to it too. Because you talk about giving up. To me, it feels like he's giving up in these games because he knows he has no power to bring these players back into the active mode of playing football. That's what it feels like to me. He has no confidence when we get down in the game that he's going to be able to motivate these players. And that's why when you see people talk about the missed tackles, the sloppy penalties, the uninspiring plays, that's the cause and effect of it. You're the head coach. When you're giving up, what are the players going to do? They are going to give up too because they have nothing to play for. If your head coach doesn't set a standard about winning games or benching you for bad play, well, you already have a paycheck coming. What else does it really matter to you, right? Like the rookies, it's like, well, I'm not going to get paid for a while. Like, let me get a good head coach in here and I'll have a good season with them and then I'll get paid. But then in the press conference, he stands up there and he says, the game was on me. And he has not once said that fully the way he did today. And what it tells me is that his seat is hot. His seat is hot. I don't know if you saw the clip of David Tepper. He was at the game.
Oh, sure, I did. Yeah, of course.
He looked pissed. I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, guys, this is a rebuilding New England team we just lost by 36 points to. Don't count the garbage time touchdown. We lost by 36 points to New England.
And you're talking about rookies. You're talking about Travion Henderson. You're talking about Demario Douglas. Like, you're talking about like ACL torn Stephon Diggs. Like, these aren't like, you're not talking about studs. You're talking about guys. I mean, I know they're talented, but they're guys right now. Like,
they're a young team trying to figure out who they want to be as well. But you clearly see that Mike Vrabel ran circles around Dave Canales. And this was a coach that we interviewed in 2023 as well. And we said, no, we'd rather have that guy. Like, I brought this up to you. I don't know if it was on the phone or if it was last podcast. I think I told someone this. I was like, who has Canales actually outcoached? We outcoached the Falcons coach, right? The Falcons coach isn't good.
yeah,
We got
they're doing the same shit we're doing. Like,
we got outcoached by Liam Cohen, a rookie head coach. I know he's done some great things so far. They're 3-1, still a rookie head coach. You then get outcoached by a Cardinals guy that you beat last year. We are going backwards as a team. And that's why I go back to what you were saying about to me, it feels like there is too much on his plate, and he is kind of in the mode of like Frank Reich, where he's like, I may just have to get out of here at this point.
Yeah, you see the play call, he's shrinking. He's shrinking. Like, he has no, forgive me for my language, balls. Like, nothing. Unless he does a fake field goal when we're up by 2 scores. Like, that's his like, oh, look at me, I'm like amazing. Like, you're just scared. Everything you do is scared.
Well, let me say this, Alex. We haven't talked about this, but Dave Canales is supposed to be an offensive-minded head coach, and through 4 weeks, the offense has been the weak point of the team. So logically, if you're the owner and you're David Tepper, if my offensive-minded head coach is not doing good things on offense, like his playbook isn't creative, there's no motion, we're not scheming players open, we're not putting players in the best position to win, then why is he here? Why is he here? Because he clearly doesn't have the capabilities to run the football team as just the head coach, as just the Nick Sirianni, as just a guy that can put aside his ego and actually be a head coach.
Yeah.
I'm
Your yards after catch are like I'm trying to look it up right now, but like I assume that is the last in the league.
It's horrible, and we were last in the league last year too.
We can't. We're I looked at it. We're 23rd in the league yards after catch. We're in front of the Saints, the Giants, the Falcons, the Texans, the Vikings, the Browns, the Titans, and the Bengals. You're an offensive guru who has you drafted first round wide receiver, then first round wide receiver, 2 different running backs. You've gone back to back tight end. Like you you found the coker of the draft. You found J.C. Horn. You like, or not J.C. Horn, but like Horn, whatever Horn's first name is. I can't remember.
Like Jimmy, who doesn't play, Horn, by the way, who doesn't play.
But you continue to throw out David Moore, who has no like value at all. Like you, that's another thing. It's like okay. Since we're kind of beating a dead horse this way too, let's go through this ideology, right? Like, let's say that we, as a team, the reason why we got rid of Thielen, Jadeveon Clowney, Shaq Thompson, we just wanted to go young, right? That's what we wanted. Well, we have David Moore that couldn't make any, like, we've seen it, right? David Moore got cut on the Buccaneers. He got cut. No other team picked him up, and that was 2 years ago. And we still employ him. And he's in his 30s, right? Why would, if our point of view is like we want to go young, we want to give these young guys chances to play and like be productive, why is David Moore the exception? Why is Austin Corbett the exception? Why are these guys the exception? And you can't give me a good answer.
I do know one. They put up with Canales.
Well, I didn't want to go there, but that's the only answer you can give me because every single Panthers fan is like, why isn't Jimmy Horn out there? Why can't we get Jimmy Horn? And we're like, yeah. Like, you're absolutely correct. Because what's David Moore giving me? We're fucking terrible. We are a bad passing offense overall. And you can't put a burner on there. You can't put in, it's like somebody that stretched the field. So what are you telling me? That you don't want to stretch the field? Why don't you want to stretch the field? You're the one that told me that we have all these sexy plays for Bryce Young because we know we have our quarterback. We have these sexy plays. But you got a guy that can like barely run a 5.0 40 playing. You have Hunter Renfrow that, I mean, he's sure-handed, but then got he's 29. What's your message to the fans? Where you're like, yeah, I know like Jadeveon Clowney gave us like 4.5 sacks in the last like 7 games, but like I know Adam Thielen gave us like 600 yards in the last 7 games, like but we're trying to get young, but we're gonna roll out David Moore and Austin Corbett. It doesn't make none of this makes sense. Like none of it, and we gotta stop looking at it from a very like ignorant point of view and say, oh wait, like is there any sort of thing that makes sense in this whole thing, or is it just like this guy just doesn't know what the fuck he's doing?
Yeah, he just doesn't. And like I told you this, when I think I said this. No, I said this after week one. I said, "There's no way Canales can sabotage the quarterback again, right? There's no way he could do this." The comments he made this offseason, like I was totally bought in that this was actually going to work. Like I actually thought he had full confidence in this quarterback. And what you were seeing is a dude that is just spitting in everyone's face, man. The fans, the players on his team, like Corbett's on this team because Corbett puts up with his BS. Maybe Jimmy Horn thinks the coach is bad or weird and that's why he doesn't get reps. Like maybe I don't know. Like um but you have to imagine these players know what's going through our mind. That's why I brought up the Derek Brown thing. Those comments are red flags. And like for the record, you and me knew about these red flags in training camp. You and me knew about Canales. We knew about Canales. This is why we tweet about certain things. We're just trying to educate people. And I think it is kind of funny that everyone catches on so late. Like they have to see it but they have to take a 36-point loss to see it. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, they
I don't have any logical like to what you're saying. I have no logical solution to what
people
this.
would literally rather think that Andy Dalton is the savior of the Carolina Panthers. Like people would rather like jump into the nonsense that Andy Dalton is a savior of the Carolina Panthers. Like I was there. I'm not I don't have enough time in my hands to pull receipts. I could probably pull 30, 40 receipts of Andy Dalton being the savior of the Carolina Panthers. And then Bryce did what Bryce did the last 7 games of the season.
It was like the last 10, yeah.
And we just said, so? Like so what? And then and now we're back in it. And now, well, the turnovers are too much. Well, he didn't turn the ball over today. Well, you know, there's other things that the quarterback could do. Like they lost 42-13. At what point in time, like Canales literally said on the podium, well, there's one common denominator. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course there's one common denominator. Now it's time for it's almost like they said, Tepper, like I'm the problem. Well, you're not gonna fire me. It's just like it's so asinine that we even have to like discuss this. And I'm trying to come from all different ways. And as I said at the very beginning of the show, I'm not saying that Bryce is the savior of the Carolina Panthers. I'm not saying that he's a fantastic, great, amazing quarterback. I'm saying I've seen him be great in spurts. There ain't 0 times I've seen Canales be great in any spurts.
No.
And it's almost like, you know, like you watch like Disney Channel movies. I'm trying to think of one specifically where you know, cool guy comes in and like everybody likes him and like that kind of stuff, and then like he like kind of does the bad something bad, and everybody's like, yeah, like
that's who he really is.
Like,
yeah,
like screw you, dude. And then he has to like come out and be like, make that like
no, yeah, he has some secret sob story behind him about why, and but that's who Canales is.
But that's what kind of like that. It kind of feels like that's what the you know, there's one common denominator and like play the victim kind of thing. It's like yes, correct.
Exactly.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you. You're absolutely right. You're the common denominator. Yes.
And every week we see bad body language from our quarterback. Every single week. Like he doesn't like this guy. He doesn't like this guy. Like, I don't
Who does? It's
I,
not like we see Bryce because Bryce is with him the most, but we also saw Corbett running off the field and looking and like just ignoring him.
yep.
Like
Yeah.
JC being like, well, Canales isn't on the field, so he's not the only problem. Well, you're telling me that there's a problem then. Like that's what you're like. If you're saying that he's not the only problem, you're telling me that he's a problem.
I know, I can't believe people
Correct?
didn't catch that today. Yes, that's pretty much what he said. Like he said, "Yeah, our coach sucks, but like we suck too."
Yeah.
It's like, well, your coach sucking is the main reason why you guys suck.
Right.
Like, so it's like it, when you have a team captain that comes out and says we need to be a more player led driven team. What do you think as a fan? That literally tells you they are not interested in following whatever this guy has said. Like,
Yes.
it, it,
Like, duh. Duh.
and I had
Duh.
someone anonymous. I'm not going to say his name, but he was very adamant about telling me that look at this locker room. Look at them. I'm not ready to give up on Canals. Look at the way they cheer for him. I'm like, if you really zoom in on half of these players, they look pretty uninterested from what's going on.
Give me one. Give me one that cheers for him. Give me one. Give me one interview that says like I know they all come out and say like because you know who also sees this stuff is the
David
beat
Pepper.
reporters, because the
Oh.
beat reporters ask these questions and they ask them, is Canales a problem? And the players have to say like the same exact thing, like well, like we're the ones on the field, like we're the ones that are like it's not all his fault. It's not all his fault. So you're saying
That's what I'd like to see. These beat reporters, I'm not naming names, but they come out and they talk about this is bad. This is a problem. It's like, well, you need to put the pressure on Canales then and ask him why this is so bad.
They
And
kind of did. And he said,
I,
first of all, he said, I'm the common denominator. We have reports that DeAndre Johnson was like, this coaching staff is a joke. They get rid of all their veterans. Well, why do you think they got rid of all their veterans? Let's see. Oh, we're gonna Canales is basically gonna say, I'm going to try to get Evero to play the young guys. Oh, so Evero, your defensive coordinator doesn't respect you because like you're the boss, but you're pushing for the defensive. Like, no, you freaking tell him what to do. You're not. You're a joke. Like, I'm sorry, like that I have to like put it in these like words because I don't want to be mean to this guy because I like Canales. I really do. I really do like Canales. He's in over his head. The team doesn't respect him. Vets think he's a joke because that's the only sort of reasoning we can come to of why they're gone at all. Like,
yeah,
I just don't understand how you can come to any other conclusion. And if you want to say like, well, it's Bryce's fault too, you're like, okay, sure, I don't care. I'm not playing this game. What I'm saying is that it's very obvious that it's Canales' fault. Sure, it can be Bryce's and Canales. I don't care. I don't need either one of them on my team. But what I'm saying is it starts with the coach, and it always starts with the coach. In every situation, and every single time, Adam Gase, Doug Peterson, Urban Meyer, Josh McDaniels, whatever you want to say, the coaches that get fired, it's because of the Robert Saleh, Rex Ryan. It doesn't matter. They're all the problem. They're the problem because you walk away and then Geno Smith says, hey, I'm actually a good quarterback. Sam Darnold says, hey, I'm actually a good quarterback. Jared Goff says, hey, I'm actually a good quarterback. Baker Mayfield says, hey, I'm actually a good quarterback. It's always the coach. Like, we gotta like just take Bryce out of everything. Like, who do you think? Like, what do you think's gonna happen? We're gonna draft Archie Manning and suddenly the Panthers are gonna be great? Like, shut the hell! Like, shut up! What do you, let's just go by any historical data ever. Go ahead. Whatever. I don't.
No, I agree. I think there's been some past instances where coaches have gotten quote unquote carried or covered up by their quarterback. I think Cam was an example of this. I didn't think Ron was that great of a coach. I think Cam was really, really just a
I mean, Ron took
generational.
what Taylor Heineke to eight wins.
He
Like,
was, yeah, like he was, but I'm saying like I, you kind
I'm
of get
not
what
saying that
I'm
Ron
saying.
was great, but I'm saying that like
Oh,
it's obvious.
yes,
I think
yes,
Ron was fine. He did some decent things with the Commanders.
yes. I get your point, and
Hmm.
that's why I'm really wanted. That's why I'm kind of just like, what is next for our team? Because essentially, we know at this point they're both going to be gone most likely. We talked about this last week a little bit. Kind of wanted to add on about the placeholder thing. This team has cap space next year. This team has draft picks next year. There can also be contracts that can probably be traded at the deadline too to acquire more picks. The whole we haven't even talked about this the Xavier Leggett situation, who I personally think is going to get traded. Just not dabbing the coach or not shaking the coach's hand at the end, like walking straight past him. So like this
Wait,
job.
what? Wait, Brock
Oh,
Marquez, the
you didn't.
coach?
Oh,
The
you didn't see that.
coach?
Yeah. So today on
Wait,
the
he doesn't
field,
have respect for the coach?
no,
Oh,
no,
that's crazy. That's
I
wild.
know it
That's
is
weird.
crazy. It is
I mean, I heard
crazy.
that players love him.
But you're right. This team needs to nail the head coach. That is what it comes down to. The GM for our team, there's been some talk today. Should he go? He's done some good things. Him and Brantillis have done some good things, but they don't coach on the field. They're not on the field. They sit in the press box and they don't have control over the game plan. Dan Morgan has set up a pretty solid infrastructure here, given the
Dude,
situation he's into. If you get a real head coach who can pick his own quarterback, whether that's a Sam Darnold guy in free agency or via trade, or you draft one. I don't know how that looks. I don't think they're going to draft one again. I think you probably look somewhere in the first option, but you have some good things here. The issue is we just do not have the leadership or the X's and O's on the field to make any of this look good. And that's what you're seeing again. That's what you're seeing.
yeah, I mean, you're absolutely correct, and that's why I'm pushing. I don't want to see anybody get fired, but this is set up perfectly. Great young talent, great cap situation. Even if you don't like Bryce, like,
You can
get
decide what
off
to
of
do
him.
with
Get
him.
off of
Yeah,
him. Who
yeah.
cares? Somebody is going to want him, and somebody is going to pay for him. I.e., Sean McVay has like an aging quarterback, and he's going to get Bryce because it works. It's perfect for his system. Perfect. So, I mean, we're gonna have to watch like another old Panthers quarterback be great somewhere else, but whatever. The coach is what matters, and the situation is very similar to what Dan Quinn took over in Washington. So just like, like
Mike McCarthy took a year off.
the,
Sean,
the thing is, like, look at the Broncos. People said, "Oh, the Broncos, they get off of everybody so fast." Like Fangio, like Kubiak, Vance Joseph, like yeah, like well, they're firing. They're the terrible organization that keeps firing coaches. Nathaniel Hackett, just in the middle of the season, and his first, all of a sudden we have Sean Payton. Nice.
that's also
Like,
why are fans so afraid to go through another head coaching
right.
quarterback cycle? I keep hearing this. Like, guys, if you don't keep trying, if you don't keep throwing, I'm so tired. If you don't keep, taking shots, the more shots you take, the better chance you have of it going in.
Sure.
You're not gonna fix this. So the logic to just keep, um, and I hate saying this, a cancer around, essentially, at head coach, it's only going to hurt you. And that's what David Tepper did with Matt Rule. That's why he made the move with Frank Reich. Dave Tepper is understanding now that he has to move on from something like a dying asset fast now. Even though, and people are deceived, this 6-year contract Tepper gave Canales, do you think he really, really cares about that
Correct. Yeah,
contract?
he's still paying.
And it's the same thing for Evero. People say Evero's still here because he's still paying him. No, Evero's still here because Canales kept him because Canales needed a co-head coach, not because of the money. So my point is like, why would you want this to continue just for the sake of maybe messing it up
Yeah.
again? I
Well, it's
mean,
like the thing is like we say like no coaches gonna want to come here because if we keep on firing coaches, it's like, did you just watch the Raiders? Like, did you just watch them? Like look at what they just did, and then they got Pete Carroll. Like what? Like, look at the Patriots. They just got Vrabel, fired Belichick, and then like Mayo lasted a year, and then they got Vrabel. Like that's the NFL, man. It literally stands like not literally,
but Vrabel went
it's
to
not for long.
Vrabel went to the Patriots because you have Drake May, you have cap space, you have draft picks.
They care
about the
more about what you
situation.
offer than
So it's
all
like
owners suck.
all owners suck, but to the point of like, yes, we do have a bad reputation here. But the thing is that no one was coming to the team when Canales got hired because we had no first round pick. We had a quarterback that came off a really bad season. No one knew what he was yet. There wasn't a lot of good film. We had a bad offensive line. Like when you come into a situation where you have Ted McMillan now, you have two good running backs. You have a good offensive line when they're healthy. You have defensive pieces. You have Jimmy Horn waiting to get his chance. Like you have things here. So this is the time when you strike. This is the time when you're going to get more opportunity.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
just.
I don't know what else to say. I'm trying to like going it for every other angle that I can think of, and like I think the only thing that I can possibly say is that showing that the coach is the problem of the team does not mean that I'm picking a side of the quarterback. I don't get Bryce. I don't care. I like Bryce, but I don't think Bryce is elite. I think he's shown that he can be special. But like if he goes, I want the team to win.
I also kind of feel like for his sanity, I think it'd be good for him to go too. I mean, the dude's just been given a pile of crap. Like,
of course.
I bet his parents are sick of it too. But yeah, dude, you're spot on. I mean, how many more weeks do we have to hop on here, guys, and just tell you people like the same thing? Like, I hope we beat Miami, but I mean,
right. Anyway, I get back to closing this rundown, but it was good getting on.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how else to bring.
I think prediction. I think Canales will be fired around like week 10 or 11. Either that or I don't know. It's not good, man. It's not good. But
either way, we have advantageous matchups 5, 6, and 7. So, I in a positive note, I like the Panthers' chances to be 4-3 and go on a 3-game winning streak, in spite of the reason I feel like we're losing. So we'll see.
All right.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.